having all the calories today.
Vegan doesn't have any calories.
We're Stephen and Andie, and we started a travel vlog back home in California at a time when we couldn't really travel.
Hasn't been driven in a few years.
It gave us a great excuse to get out and see some things we've been putting off for way too long.
Oh my God.
Good morning. We're in Charleston, South Carolina, and we're about to do a food tour of the French Quarter.
We're gonna start with coffee, of course, and hopefully some really good pastries that we saw on Instagram. So let's check it out.
Charleston is a beautiful and historic city in South Carolina, famous for its quaint cobblestone streets and pastel-colored Georgian homes.
But we're here for the food. Today we're sticking to the popular
And touristy.
French Quarter area with a little walk from the Waterfront Park down to the Battery for some sightseeing and calorie burning. We'll be trying the local coffee and ice cream, two of our favorites wherever we go, as well as regional treats like biscuits, fried okra, and she crab soup.
Our first stop is Harken Cafe.
All right, we're doing our usual sitting on a curb outside situation. Oh, this will all be over soon, and then we can dine indoors like normal people. However, they do have some indoor seating. It's spaced out a little bit. They also have a little bit of outdoor seating, but it's a very popular spot. So here we are across the street on the curb, which is totally fine with us.
Yep.
Okay, this is actually still a little warm on the inside, so this is gonna be real good. It's a cinnamon sugar muffin. Let's give it a shot. It's a very subtle flavor, not too sweet at all. In fact, it's almost savory. The cinnamon is definitely stronger than the sugar, which is really nice because it's not as sweet as like a cinnamon roll, for instance. It's a little bit more hearty, a little denser, more substantial. That's really nice.
I decided to try the salted cashew butter shortbread. Let's give it a shot and see what we have here. It's got the texture you would expect from a shortbread, very crumbly. The salt is a really nice accent, brings out the butter flavor. Really nice combo.
So I didn't realize how expensive that cafe actually was because I was sneaking around getting some B-roll while Stephen was ordering for us and paying. But 2 coffees, a muffin, and a piece of shortbread came out to $17.09.
Yep.
So just be forewarned. You know, must be nice we didn't have to look at the prices.
Yeah.
No, we're not like that, you guys. As soon as we heard about this Charleston City Market, we knew we had to check it out. In my mind, it was going to be something along the lines of like a Faneuil Hall in Boston, maybe. So I'm thinking tons of food court options, lots of different local vendors. We might find some local foods, fried green tomatoes, biscuits, things like that. So this was our plan for lunch.
And that was not the case at all. A lot of awesome little vendors in there.
Tons of local vendors, that part was definitely right.
Yep.
But more like arts and handmade goods. And then as far as the food goes, snacks and lots of like spices, sauces, preserves, things of that sort. So we got ourselves a little snack. This is something local called a Benne wafer. We learned a little bit about it in there, and I will share it in a voiceover in just a moment. However, we still need to find some lunch. So we're gonna try these first and then figure out where we're gonna get our lunch next.
Benne is a West African word for sesame, and the seeds were brought to South Carolina via transatlantic slave trade. The Gullah people call it the goodwill plant because it was believed to ward off evil, and it's said that the wafers bring good luck to anyone who eats them.
Okay, so the man who sold this to us did say that it was a sesame seed, right?
Yeah.
This texture is really cool. It's very snappy, kind of like those Japanese rice crackers.
Yeah.
If you ever get one of those Japanese kind of rice cracker snack packs or whatever, it's got the same kind of texture as those thin wafer crackers that they have in those. It has that wonderful sesame taste, which is also similar, I think.
Yeah.
But they're sweet.
Yeah. It almost tastes like Cookie Crisp, if you remember that cereal.
The cereal, yes.
That's what it tastes like to me, as Cookie
Exactly. That's the aftertaste. So yeah, a sesame Cookie Crisp. I lied. Okay, so we were going through kind of quickly, and there was one stall that had a lot of people around it. So we just kind of blew by because it was a crowd and we were trying to avoid that. But it turns out that was the Biscuit Company. Okay, so Callie's little biscuit company is still inside of there. They're still very, very popular. And we went back in and got ourselves some lunch. Check these out. We're gonna let Steven go first because this is falling apart.
Oh, so good. The biscuit is so fluffy and fresh. We watched them make it right in front of us. And the pimento is so flavorful. It's spicy, but not too spicy. Just the right amount. If you're not familiar, pimento cheese, very popular here in the South. And the red peppers that are inside of it, it's like what you see stuffed inside of olives sometimes in a jar. It's really, really good.
All right, I got the cheddar cheese biscuit. Unfortunately, they didn't have a lot of vegetarian options. It was either the pimento cheese or the cheddar cheese, except for the fact that we figured out after the fact that we could have built our own. And they did have a lot of options like green tomatoes and I don't remember what else, but we'll show you the menu. So you can build your own. So if you don't want the standard sausage and egg or BLT style biscuit, then there are more options than we realized. So as I said, I got the cheddar biscuit. I'm a little surprised it's not melted on here. It's just kind of, as you can see, shreds of cheddar and they're falling off, but we'll see. I mean, it feels really good. I think it's gonna be good. So as Steven said, the biscuit is excellent. They are fluffy, salty, just a little bit crumbly. They're really, really nice biscuits. The cheddar cheese is just your basic cheddar cheese, and they didn't melt it on. I think it would have been better if they had melted it, but it's definitely very tasty. Excellent biscuits. Definitely would go back and try them, maybe build my own next time.
We ventured just out of the French Quarter to the King Street Fashion District for an afternoon treat of off-track ice cream. All of their ice cream is made by hand in-house, and they use only fresh, real ingredients. And most of them are locally sourced, too.
Okay, I got raspberry fudge. And I don't know if you can see, but there's like a huge chunk of fudge right there. That is actual fudge shop fudge. It's got that same consistency to it. And the raspberry tastes so fresh, it's really bold.
This is vegan chocolate peanut butter swirl. Got a hint of coconut because it's made with coconut milk. It's vegan, super rich, super creamy, very flavorful, great chocolate flavor. Peanut butter swirl is really strong, it's awesome. Time to burn some calories with a walk along the water down to the Battery. South Carolina.
Here's a fun fact. The dance, the Charleston, is based on a beat that composer James P. Johnson heard from dock workers while in the city of Charleston, South Carolina. While the dance's true origin is debated, it became popular after being included in a Broadway show called Runnin' Wild in the early 1920s, and has since been closely associated with flappers, the Prohibition, and the Lindy Hop.
We had two options lined up for dinner tonight, but we picked this one because of the name. It just happens to be the new last name of one of our very favorite people. Congratulations, Liz and Seth Hyman.
Congrats!
Leave a comment below. They just got married last month.
The Hyman family has owned businesses in the same location for 121 years. The latest, Aaron's Deli and Hyman's Seafood, have been here since the 80s. They have a general store on the block, too.
Scored a hush puppy sample while we wait. These are good.
Delicious.
okra to start. Another southern delicacy. I don't think I've ever really had okra before unless it was baked into something, so this should be interesting. It's really good. It's almost like a celery. Thank you. It's not as crispy as I would like it to be. It's a little bit kind of soggy, but yeah, these would be great if they were a bit crispier. They'd be excellent. But it's very tasty. I like the flavor of this quite a lot.
No Charleston food tour is complete without trying the she crab soup. It is so creamy, absolutely delicious. And these, we already got to try a couple of these hush puppies outside. They gave us samples. They're just the way Andie likes them, no corn inside, and they're excellent.
All right, I don't know what to try first. I got the mac and cheese with the side of collard greens. I'm gonna start with the mac and cheese, I guess. Oh, this looks so gooey. Look at that. Great flavor to that. Nice and creamy. The pasta's just slightly al dente. Just like it should be. Let's try the greens. Okay, they definitely make this with pork. It is so good. Oh my gosh. Oh, those are great.
Alright, I'm about to try the shrimp po' boy that I got. As you can see, apparently they fry the ish out of everything down south here. But let's give this a try. I'm not even sure I can pick this up. Oh my god. How am I going to do this? The seasoning of the shrimp is awesome. Really zesty, not too much. It's incredible. There's tomato and lettuce on here, which I wasn't able to bite into yet. But so far, the shrimp, banging.
I am stuffed.
Yeah, but Charleston's a great city for food.
Yeah, it is. Tune in next week. We're going to bring you a bonus video of what to do when you're in Charleston.
Besides eat.
Yeah. As always, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. I almost missed my mouth.
Spicy pimento cheese.
Barbara, slow down!
Yeah, Barbara, slow down. I got hair in my mouth. That's gross. The new last. I can't talk.